All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol WKHS, Workhorse Group Inc. And before I jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So here we are with Workhorse Group Inc., WKHS stock, and it's going in a sideways movement. I've been stating that there has been some volatility, but the bulls are doing really well at trying to hold this up, even though the bears keep on appearing. So we're right now still in bearish territory. The bears are trying to dominate this, and they're doing pretty well at keeping it down from above the 50-day moving average, but the bulls are holding this up pretty well. So the highest point before this fell, and I want every single investor that is coming across this for the first time or missed it in the last video or in the last previous videos, is $30. I suggest to every single investor to write that down. That is the most important resistance level in the near/long term. When I say near, next couple of days throughout the week, coming up, or even weeks from now, that is a very important number. $30 is an important resistance level. Now, the highest point was there. Now, the lowest point is down here at 24.48. If you want to round that up to 24.50, you're more than welcome to, but to be exact, 24.48 is the lowest point after that $30 mark. As it started to fall, it recovered, and since then we've been in a sideways movement direction, right? Every time it falls, it raises back up, it falls, it raises back up, it falls, and then when you look at it overall, you're around the same point where we left off previously. Now, those 2 points are important, $30 and 24.48, to keep in mind for the next coming weeks and days. Now, a little bit more zoomed in, within this sideways movement, the highest point was up here at $29, and the lowest point was down here at 25, let's get that to the T, 25.26. So you can write those two numbers down. Those are even more important in the nearer term, like next week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, depending on the volatility of where these stocks go. Those are some important numbers to keep in mind. The numbers here that I stated, right, $30 at the highest point before it fell, and the lowest point 24.48, or if you want to round it up to 24.50, those are the most important, I would say, in the next couple of days and weeks from now. But if the volatility doesn't take it in either one of these directions or break through either one of these, the support here and the resistance, then I'd say this is important for the next coming weeks. But you don't know exactly how the volatility is going to react, but we do know the cues to pay close attention to if it goes in those directions. Now, in the near term, like Monday and Tuesday, or even Wednesday, depending on the volatility of this stock, and if it continues moving in that sideways channel, it won't touch neither of these. But if it starts to spike up or hang out somewhere else, or spike down in this direction and break through those points and stuff, at least we have points of reference to see what's going on in the near term. But those are important references, and I apologize if it's a lot of numbers to kind of break down the chart into, but it lets you see everything from different levels, and I suggest that it's good to keep them in mind, especially these for the next coming days or weeks, right? Depending on the volatility. And then these are definitely for the next coming weeks. Now, if the volatility does it sooner than weeks from now, at least you have these points to see within each extremity where this is going. But let's look at what's important for Monday based off of the chart's new data. And these are the numbers we want to pay close attention to for the next trading day, which is Monday. Now, I'm going to talk about the highest point that it reached, but the first resistance level before that is actually the highest point before it fell. And we're looking at this based off the last couple hours of the day. So it left off at 27.12. The 50-day moving average is 27.73. I suggest writing that down. That lets us know on what side of the chart we're in. If we're below it, we're in bearish territory. If we're above it, we're in bullish territory. Now, if this breaks through support, this is going to be on its way down to newer lows, and you can then watch between support and this lowest point here of 25.26 to see how the stock is reacting, if the bears are dominating this or are the bulls trying to reappear. But our support level is 26.56. If that gets broken through, I want to emphasize to all investors, pay close attention to the behavior of the stock due to the fact that we're already moving further away from the 50-day moving average by breaking through the support, and we're already in bearish territory. So 26.56 gets broken through, we are getting deeper into bearish territory in the downward direction, and it will be important to pay close attention to the behavior of the stock. If it breaks through support, which is already in bearish territory, and breaking through the support just gets the stock even deeper into bearish territory, which is 26.56. On the other hand, we have what the bulls want. They want to break through resistance, and the highest point reached in the day was 28.39. And if this resistance gets broken through, 28.39 would be the next resistance level to pay close attention to and see how this is doing, and if it's pulling further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. But before getting to that point, the first resistance that needs to be broken through is 28.05. If 28.05 gets broken through, the bulls accomplish two things. They made it into bullish territory, and they turned the resistance into a support. And by turning 28.05 into a support, they're able to break away to newer highs and pull further away from the 50-day moving average. By doing so, and I'm going to illustrate this, and excuse me for my terrible drawing, but just so you can visualize it, they can turn that into a support. They can break away and reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and pull further away from the 50-day moving average in the upward direction. So super important to keep that in mind. And I want every single investor to be aware that this resistance needs to be broken through. I know that the 50-day moving average does signify that the bulls have made it back into bullish territory, but this resistance turned into a support can go ahead and signify to all investors as an indicator that the bulls are on their way to gaining control over the chart, and they need to maintain it by pulling away in that upward direction. And their first support that they need to create is by breaking through this resistance, which is 28.05, to reach newer highs. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.